Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerlightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerlightRadio.com, the healing frequency. Honor yourself. Take that deep, deep breath. You keep on breathing while I start the show. 4/17/2019. I want you to keep breathing. This is going to be a packful show for you today, because you know how I do it. I got to listen to the energy sometime. When the energy talks to me and tell me to do certain things, and they told me to do it last week, and I decided to put it off and said no. But then Mama came back and said, "Baby, I want you to do this on your show this week." So you sit back and take those deep, deep breaths like I do. And I want to say to you, welcome to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. I am the one and only Conscious Self-Health Care educator, and I help you understand what your body symptoms are really saying to you. This information will rejuvenate your thoughts to live a stress and disease-free life. With Conscious Self-Health Care moves, mental observation view is essential for your success. So I ask the question, how can I help? Health education for longevity and peace. Help you slay your healthcare fears. False education accepted as reality, and false evidence from those reports from your doctors appearing real. So sit back and take that deep, deep breath. We're going to listen to a rebroadcast show, half of it, 30 minutes of it, that honor my mother and my life through this game of It's Not What It Looks Like. Like I said, in 2016, it came to an end for me. My mama said, yeah, baby, it sure did, because you hit it right on the nose and you went on and took care of yourself. And I want to let you know that I'm honoring you for what you did. So tell my story today on this year of Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, April 30th, and April being Conscious Self-Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. So family, my host again this day is our brother Humam Abdul Malik from Black and Eyes Report on Facebook Live every weekday morning at 8 o'clock. He's going to join me today after I do this mini 30-minute broadcast of another show, and he's going to bring us some poetry, because he's the poetry man with the magic hands. But I like to say to you, love. Love is the power that brings my entire life together. It heals, renews, restores. Yes, it does. And empowers me with divine energy and life. Life of that breath that circulates that and helps support that lymphatic system from the brain all the way down to the tip of your toes. And Lord knows I'm working with it with my liver this month, and my eyes are still burning, but I'm blessed and thankful. I am love in action. I am a master of positive self-expression, and so are you. And we are here to be givers and receivers of love. We're talking about the laws of vibrational energy. Sit back and take a deep, deep breath. If anything happens, you know, that's the energy of the universe, and Skype can do what it does, but I hope you're hearing everything that we're doing today, and you're sitting back and honoring yourself, and you're tuned into yourself. I know you tuned into all the shows here today on Wellness Wednesday. You got a lot of information. Definitely when you just got through listening to Gary Knowles share some information with you, as well as the other programmers. So I'm going to sit back and honor what my mama told me to do today, because she's sending a message to somebody through the show that I did for her in 2016. A mother's love is in the heart and not in the brain. And I honor my mother, and I didn't let the Western medical system do anything to her. And so, Everything's going great. Everything is sounding great. So, Jamal, we're going to play that 30 minutes of that show that I did in 2016, honoring my mom. And then we're going to bring in my guest host this month, Humam Abdul Malik, after that. So, family, sit back and take your deep breaths and tune into yourself and think about everything you heard today and how you can shift out of chronic disease, care, stress, and bury disease thinking. Stop lying to yourself. Keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh yeah. How you doing, family? So darn glad you let me try it again. Woo! Last time another lived the whole world of sin. I'm get to keep doing this over and over again till we get it like we want it. The high ground. You got to state it when you get there. Can't be afraid. 12/20/16. 12/20/2016. It's a live show today. I'm back. How you doing? Woo! Take a deep breath. You know what time it is. It's Conscious Self Healthcare Hour. You know, how was your map? Did you pull that map out this week over the past 2 weeks? Did you take that mental adjustment period? Because that's what I had to do. I had to take a real big one, adjustment period, because I'm tired of living down here in this man-made body. Woo! So I'm ready to go back up high, take my physical body up there with me, and just let this holographic image walk around down here. Because I'm telling you, when you be grounded down here, whoo, you got to stay in a high state of consciousness with this body down here, because I'm telling you, these people out here and where they are in their consciousness, whew, I'm telling you, take that deep, deep breath. How you doing? I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and you're tuned into my real life radio show, Heart to Heart Healthy Living. For the past 2 years on Inner Light Radio, 2015 and 2016, I've been sharing my journey here, coming down, grounding myself on planet Earth and really taking a look around and seeing what's going on. Might sound like a little bit of craziness, but yeah, I stay up in the high consciousness and have my body up there too. But you see, I had to ground myself for my mother. I had to ground myself for my family because a lot of stuff was going on. And so I've been talking about it for the past 2 years because, you know, when you're producing something and you're putting something out, you got to have some material. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years, putting that material together for that package that I'm getting ready to put out in 2017 about living down here in a man-made mindset of human consciousness. So, again, this is a Conscious Self Healthcare Hour. It's an opportunity for you to sit back and take a moment. We're talking about relearning, rethinking, rewriting our very own prescription plan for better health care. We're talking about taking a look at your world and seeing how you are aligning with your world. And if not, how can you be that you want to be in that world? Because there's not anything external that's going to do it for you. And so you know how we do it. We take that deep, deep breath. Because for the physical body, we work with that formula. Oxygen, pumps, electricity, and power. We talking about super conscious power, you know, generating that power and keeping that power by the thoughts of consciousness, that higher state of consciousness. I'm Khadijah Davis-Foulks from Washington, D.C. They call me Dr. K. I call myself Dr. K because I'm my own wellness doctor. And that's what I help you understand through health education for longevity and peace. The arc of self-healing and self-help represents you, yourself, your temple, your body, your arc, how you caring for yourself. We do that with education, health education for longevity and peace. Everything that we know should make us want to be able to take better care of our own body, not giving that power over to anybody else. And so I am the one and only conscious self-healthcare educator. I help you understand what your body symptoms are saying, literally, consciously, and energetically. Because, yes, I can hear what the cells are saying. That's what kind of person that I am. And you know what? So are you. If you take a moment and be still and take that map, mental adjustment period, because the mental observation view is essential for your success. And see, family, that's why I say I had to ground myself, because I looked down from a higher state. But I had to come down to the ground, everything all the way down, because I knew something was going on with my mother and how things was happening. And so in order for me to really be a part of it, I had to bring myself down here. And so, boy, I'm going to tell you, it was a journey and a damn half, but it was all right. So this information will rejuvenate your thoughts to live a stress and disease-free life with conscious self-healthcare moves. So how can I help you slay your healthcare fears? And y'all know, if you're new to the radio show, take a deep, deep breath. It can be that abdominal breath, kundalini breath, but you want to be aware of the power of the breath, because the breath gives added speed and added that push, that geyser, that lymphatic system, pushing it up so we can keep this body purified. Because if this body ain't purified, woo, Lord, you see many, many, many things are happening to this body. So take a deep breath. Thank you for joining me live today. Oh, we're coming up on the last two shows. Yes, the last two shows of the year will end my real life journey. I have all the data I need to write the books that I need to write, to share the true story that I need to share, based on information that was given to me in 2012, 2011, and 2013. So all that information has come true. Taking my life with a truth twisted with a lie, creating this What's Your Illusion, What's Your Reality, which was the name of my radio show in 2012. I asked the question, what's your illusion? What's your reality? So people thought they had to make an illusion and a reality out of my life, okay? But I was prepared for that. But my mother wasn't, and my family wasn't. But everybody pulled through the way they were supposed to pull through. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my journey, and I'm ending this journey with today's show and half of next week's show. I will be finished telling this whole journey. And that's why today, December 20, 2016, the show is about a mother's love is in the heart and not in the brain. Because, see, when the body gets all congested and your lower part of your body is having all kinds of issues, rest assuredly that that brain is in the same condition, surrounded by water, have calcification going on, ligaments all up in there, and they can come and go and come down and come just like your body can. One minute you're doing well, one minute you're not, next minute you're septic, next minute you're not. And so that process of having that happen to an individual takes their brain, and their brain is not really breathing correctly. So the nervous system gets out of balance, which causes all your organs to be out of balance as well. And that's what was happening to my mother. But a lot of people didn't understand that, and not even her. But I tell you what, the medical system knew that. And so they played a game, and it was a good one. But I didn't bend and I didn't break. And like I say, I honor my family for where they are. So I'm talking about a mother's love. And no matter what they wanted to make it look like, my family wanted to make it look like, non-members of my family wanted to make it look like, my mother loved her children, and she loved the hell out of me. I'm telling you. So when people wanted to make it look like my mother didn't love me, like things was going on that she put into place of a reality, which she put in place because of an illusion that they had her under, and because of where people are, they followed it, you know. And I say that, take a deep breath, because when I had that conversation on the air with Light Energy John Christopher, the angel that Jamila A. Shabazz channeled, and he said to me on air with everybody, based on what I do as a conscious self-healthcare educator and telling people to bury disease thinking and to step up out of the dark ages of disease care and emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery, that there was going to be some people that was going to stand up and say, what I do is wrong. But you know who the real people was doing that? That was the medical industry. And all those people that's afraid of the medical industry, you know, big time people, you know, that come out and tell you to take charge of your health and trust your consciousness and be a part of energy medicine in the new frontier. But when they had somebody like me saying it, they say, well, we need to let her experience her own talk. Let's see how she handled her own talk. So it wasn't me creating stuff. It was other people creating it for me to see if I was in alignment. But see, like I said, I'm sharing with you how I did it. Take them naps. Sometimes I needed to take a nap. You know how you used to go tell the kids, take a nap so they can regenerate themselves. So I took naps and naps, mental adjustment periods, and I went and took a real nap. Go to sleep, wake up, start all over again, you know, rethink things, you know. Definitely. So you want to stay in a man-made mindset of human consciousness. So to try to make me think that my mother didn't love me, even with what she put into place after she was told an illusion and had everybody follow that, because that's how my mother was. My mother was no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't challenge me on anything. She just left some instructions. But she also left a greater instruction. And that was with me. So let's see how that all played out. That's what I've been sharing on my real life radio show since 2014, August the 14th, when my mother went into the hospital. And like I said before, I let Facebook be my medium, even though a lot of people didn't see my posts because my Facebook page was under control and they only let information out that they wanted to from time to time. But everything is still good and everything is in divine order. So I'm going to be talking about a mother's love is in the heart and not in the brain. Okay? Stolen legacy, because that's what happened. My mother's legacy got stolen under false pretenses. All right? That means that her grandchildren, their legacy got stolen. They realize that now. My younger niece realized it when things was going on because she was right there in the hospital. My oldest niece, she wasn't there because she was part of the illusion. So she didn't come in till later. But take a deep breath. That's how we do it here. And so we're going to process from a non-forcing state. So take a deep breath. Get ready to relearn, rethink, and decide on how you're going to care for yourself. I want to take you back to the show I did November the 22nd when I talked about hospice care and all those things and taking a look at what you're doing to your loved ones, you know, and understanding why people have Death with Dignity Act to allow their family members to die with dignity. And then you got people out here, which is a crazy title for it, Euthanasia Act, because if people have been over in those places for so long, they know they're not getting well, they're not getting any better, and they can't take them out now. Can't get them off the medication, can't take them out. So now they're trying to get a law passed so they can get them out of that situation. We don't want that to happen. That's why we need to think about what we're doing and paying attention to that system and don't allow your loved ones to get there. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of more information about how I did that, how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and try to be turned into a joke. Because I don't force life, and neither should you. Let things be decently and in order. Let all things done decently and in order. That's how we should live our life. So family and community and friends, The force of life. The force of life. Everybody's trying to force life. Everybody's trying to force life. Stop trying to force life. Let go and let God. Meditate on God's words. Establish your heart on Him. I say root up your fears. Follow the spirit of life. Walk on His direction. Trusting in the universal laws of life is trusting in yourself. You see, His wisdom is heard in your actions, not your reactions. You see, His laws are done, perfect, whole, and complete. His work is finished. It is up to you, not Him, to renew your mind, stop forcing life, let go, and let God. Stop struggling, stop trying, stop fighting, just do it. It's time to just be. Be it. You see, God granted you the right to a good life. Stop trying to earn the right. It's yours. You inherited it by His will. It is there. Stop trying to force life. Let go and let God. I tell you, pride makes excuses. I tell you, pride makes excuses. Humility makes adjustments. You see, you got to transform your life, not by forcing change, but by the renewing. That's right, family. By the renewing of your minds. And that means you can renew your mind every moment. You can shift that energy. You can change that pattern. You can leave that habitual behavior right there, smack there, right there in the midst of it. Because somebody think they know your patterns. Somebody think they know you. And they are creating chaos in your life right now based on the fact that they know that you're not going to take a moment and take that map, period. But I'm here to help you with conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. You have to look at your life. And that's how I looked at my life when I realized what was going on. Because, see, when JC put that out there, that meant that something was getting ready to come down the pike. And I had to realize what it was. And see, as a conscious self-healthcare educator, I always lay my life on the line. I wear my life on my sleeve. I don't hold nothing back. That's the individual that I am. I'm not concerned with hiding things, being phony, being fake. I do and be the way I am. And the way I was is, I'm going to tell you something. I don't argue with no doctors. I don't even talk to them on behalf of nobody. And that's how they were able to get over and have everybody believe an illusion after what I told them not to do. They didn't come talk to me like I told y'all on the 22nd. They created the environment. Told my mother and them that I wouldn't allow them to do certain things. It was for her benefit. But it wasn't for her benefit. So we're going to challenge her again in 2014. And remember, this happened in 2011. 2014, they're going to challenge me. But the word was already put out. I don't walk around with medical records in my hand and pretend like I'm an activist for my family member and I'm going to have a conversation with a doctor because they're going to do what they want to do. They don't respect you anyway. You think you got them medical records in your hand and you think you know what's going on with your loved ones. No, you don't. So no, they didn't want to have a conversation with me because they couldn't talk to me the way they wanted to talk to me and wanted me to believe in what they were saying because I understand cellular ecology. I understand basic information about cell life. I understand how our body gets into that flooded state, how our cells cannot hear that information, cannot receive those nutrients, how things get shut down, how dams get built in the body. I understand all of that. And so, no, every time I took my mother back to the hospital after 2011, I stayed in the emergency room damn near half a day every time I went, sometimes 8 to 12 hours because I'm not going to question them. I'm not going to ask them anything. You can't ask me nothing. So whenever they ask me anything, I said, my mother can speak. My mother can talk. You said that she was cognitive. Don't be trying to put me in the middle of it. And what she can't answer for you, go over there to that damn computer. That's her medical records. The medical records got everything on that computer. Don't ask me anything. My mind is not as sharp as that computer where those medical records are. Look at those medical records. But y'all got to remember, that's a reductionist system. Every time somebody come in the hospital, every time you go to a doctor, they ain't looking at nothing old. They looking at where you are right there. They ain't putting nothing together. That's why they got a doctor for every system in your body. They ain't talking to one another unless you got this cancer, and then they got the cancer treatment center where they say, oh, we got all the doctors here. We got the ND, we got the nutritionist, we got this doctor, we got that doctor, and we're all talking. But you're going to still do chemo and radiation. We're going to throw a little bit of nutrition in there. We're going to give you some little bit of yoga. We're going to tell you to go meditate. That's not integrative medicine. That's not true integrative medicine. True integrative medicine is an individual incorporating all the healing arts and leaving out pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals are not designed to bring the body about any kind of health. They are for catastrophic events, acute situations, to wake your ass up so you can do something different or stay stuck in that system. So that's how they got the illusion going on with my family. Because the first time around, no, you're not putting my mother over there in hospice unless you take her off of all medication. I'm not going to get stuck like everybody else in that game over there after my mother had spent 60 years of her life trying to get well on medication. And just because you can stop that process for a moment, the illusion like you stopped her from dying, you put them over there and then you get to have fun with them. So no. So after that time, they told my mother what they told her. She put some things out, told some people what to do. But they so caught up in what they know or what they think they understand about medicine, judging me, preachers, judging. Not supposed to judge. I can understand individuals judging because they judge themselves. Doctors, no, they were mad because they couldn't talk to me. They couldn't come and say, well, this is the reason why we're doing this, and it's going to bring about this change in your mother. I don't think so. You done took too many organs out of her body. You done nicked her colon. She done had what do you call that, mesh in her body since she was 30, holding her, organs in that's now part of her body. My mother was a powerful, strong woman to live as long as she did with everything that they done to her. And then when they created that illusion for her to live 2 years after her esophagus was burning on her body, once you have those varices bleeds, and they put a bandage on your esophagus, that bandage way off and they can't put another one on it. And they knew that, and I knew that. So to have my niece call me periodically through the years saying that, what do you do when you keep bleeding? There's nothing you can do. My mother was going to always have blood in her stool. It was going to always be there. With a backed up body, it takes a long time for the blood to come down anyway. It wasn't nothing that they could do. So I knew you was playing games with my niece, my oldest niece. I understood what was going on. But see, I don't force life. I wasn't going to force anything. I was going to let it play out. That's why I had to ground myself down here, but still work from a higher state of consciousness. Yeah, they got me pissed in the hospital so bad because it made everybody think that in 2014, the same kind of situation was happening when they knew my mother was definitely dying then. When a person can't eat and a person can't drink and a person's legs are like lead, you know what's getting ready to happen to them. But they wanted everybody to think my mother was still in the same state that she was in 2011. But she wasn't. She may have sounded good, but her energy was gone. Her heart couldn't pump it no more. So what pissed them off with me? The last time when I told them what to do and they didn't do it, I said, okay, I got to get involved in this. I got to get another doctor involved in this. So what did they say? And if you think about it, family, every time your loved one leaves emergency and leaves the hospital, the doctor say, well, everything's well now. Make sure they go see their primary care physician and tell their primary care physician, what's going on. Check in with your primary care physician. As far as I'm concerned, my mother didn't have one. She never told me that she had a primary care physician. She loved her gastroenterologist doctor of 15 years. So that's a cut burn doctor. He sure couldn't have been her primary care doctor. What did I do? I went to the community. I went through an MD in our community African-American community took my mother to her because they said take her to a primary care physician. So that's what I did. So they didn't want to say that I took my mother out of the medical system. How did I take her out of the medical system when I took her to another medical doctor? But see, my mother was older. She loved her doctor. She went to the new doctor. She said, okay. She went to her twice. She followed the procedures. She went to the other doctor she referred her to because of her legs. That doctor told my mother that they want to do the reversal of the veins on my mother's legs. She said, I told y'all no more surgeries. I'm not doing that. So she went back to her doctor. But see, I had put that wrench in there. I didn't know that my mother's gastroenterologist doctor was her primary care doctor. Did that make sense, family? Your primary care doctor supposed to be neutral. They're supposed to teach you and educate you. You know, you can't have a cut burn doctor as your primary doctor. They're going to keep cutting burn. Now I see why my mother lost so many damn organs, if that was her primary doctor. So no, I ain't forcing life. I ain't stupid, and I ain't arguing with you. But I had to sit there and go through that illusion. My mother loved me so much that she left instructions that if I didn't do certain things, then y'all weren't supposed to do certain things. But somebody decided that we're going to create an illusion. We're going to play games. So when I said that it was the greatest medical hoax ever played on a human soul, I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about my mother. I was talking about her grandchildren. I was talking about her niece and her nephew. And I was talking about anybody else that she gave instruction to do whatever they did. The hoax is played on y'all because they were the ones standing up saying that what I was doing was wrong. Because why? It was a challenge to them. I wasn't challenging them. You have a right. They're supposed to listen to you. They're supposed to honor you. They're supposed to be ethical and moral and do what you say do. But no, it was a game being played. So I'm waiting to see how it ends out. It's been 2 years now. Because like I said on the last shows, Karen is finished. And Karen is moving forward. So that's what I'm talking about. So I want you to take a deep, deep breath. I'm going to come back and share some information with you. We're going to take a break. And do they still call Washington, D.C. Chocolate City? We're going to always call Washington, D.C. Chocolate City, but it made her turn into a vanilla wafer. Let me stop. But, yeah, this gentrification, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of areas. People come back to Washington, D.C., and you would not believe the changes in the landscape with the buildings they have done, the roads that they have changed. If you're familiar with Anacostia, totally different, and it's getting ready to become even more different. So we still call it Chocolate City, but it became, as some people say, like Oreo, and then they talking about Nan's going to vanilla wafer, and that's all about, you know, we all got to be together. We always got to be together. You know, it's oneness, you know, and so we got to let go a little bit. We got to raise our vibration a little bit, and we got to accept what's going on, and sometimes when you mix things up, it makes things a lot better for your community anyway. And so take a deep breath. We're talking about relearning, rethinking, and rewriting your very own prescription plan for better health care. And we're talking about don't force life and stop trying to be a medical doctor. Stop trying to be a medical doctor, walking around with medical records and thinking that you're having a conversation with them doctors and they doing what you want to do. You do it the way I do it and you get what you want done. Okay, so yeah, they may have did what they did and made some things happen in the community and make people readjust themselves because it's like, wow, she's cruel, she's mean. She won't let her mother go over there to hospice. Not unless you're going to take her off all medication. That's the only way you're going to put my mother over there after everything she's done. And so we got to think about things, family and community, because I'm telling you, we got to honor our elders. We got to not let them get caught up like this. And if you got your parents out there on these drugs right now, you better be thinking about it. They showing a little bit of sign of dementia, cognitive problems. You got to think about it. It's the drugs. That is not normal. You don't age like that. That comes from drugs. And if it's not the drugs from drugs, the drugs is in the food. You don't age like that. Look into the indigenous areas where people don't have medication. They don't have hospitals. Are our elders over there going through any of this stuff? No. So don't be afraid. But some people say, well, if I do it that way, I can take control of everything. And you'll have control over everything. I didn't need control over anything. I didn't need my mother's money. We try to say, oh, she didn't do that because she wanted money. She wanted to go. If I wanted my mother's money, she would have gave it to me, like she always did. It wasn't about no money. Because if I wanted the money, all I had to do was in the hospital say, go ahead and put her in hospice. And I would have had the money, and she would have been over there for 2 more years or 3 more years. So no, I had a choice. You want the money, or do you want your mother to go in peace? My mother going to die with dignity. Keep that damn money. Okay? I'm going to be all right. So take a deep breath. Take a station break, Jamal. Come back and share some more information. Thank you for tuning in.
Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com, the number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation, 202-248-7749.
Community, oh, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Come on, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers.
This is Black and Eyes Report with your hosts, Humam Abdul Malik in Living Color. The motivator and stimulator of Black global affairs is uniting Black people around the world with the hashtag Black People Comedic Boycott, HAM. One love, one community, living in unity, sharing our resources, businesses, events, programs, and Black entrepreneurship opportunities. Well, we stop celebrating all European holidays, religions, and embrace the principles of Kwanzaa and Black history every day. Visit my website at www.blackanized.weebly.com. That's BLACKANIZED, Blackanized. And let us all develop our divine mind on the pathway of our ancestors in this day and time.
Yeah, that sound, you know, it gives you that inner light sensation. You know what I'm saying? It like lifts you up. And that's where we at now, but now we're going into another sound coming from the deep perspective of our sister's broadcast from some years ago, her mother, our ancestor now. And I'm going to do 2 poems about 2 ancestors, but first I want to go into this one real quick. It's called Poetry Avenue. The poets of Poetry Avenue are not plagiarists, but original in content, character, and presentation, and lovers of our melanin nation worldwide, and without hesitation. Speak the truth to power. Originality is our reality, and whatever modality we choose to speak from or venue is nothing new. We always give you a clue of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Creator has left with you and us too. On Poetry Avenue, we planted the seed of the griot in order for us all to grow spiritually. From now from the ancient future and understand why they will want to shoot you 91 times, divided into 6 in just 2 incidents. Overkill or thrill killed. The case is sealed. That was just an example of what is revealed on Poetry Avenue, because we are reality poets that lay no claim to the fame, but exposing the truth strangely mixed with falsehood, with the love of good old ways of all the actions in our hood that benefit us all. It's a must that we reach and teach our youth to stand aloof from fads and trends, because it's somebody else that gets the profits and always grins. So as you pull them down, pull them up and represent yourself as a man, not a clown. And my sister, stop laying down for materialistic gain when it caused nothing but pain. It's your spiritual health and lineal wealth that matters from Poetry Avenue to you. Let's do this together and rise above all the lies disguised as the truth. As one family, with one aim, one purpose, one goal. The Creator has a master plan. So let's live it. That's right. And you know, like in, what was that yesterday in D.C., they tried to talk about emancipation. You know, talking about, you know, I'm a free slave and they freed us. I tell you, not me, because I be from the bloodline of the Seminole, you know, John Horse. If you don't know John Horse, you better get on your Google and Google it or do some research. Not me. I don't even celebrate no holidays. Well, this is a ode to a sister, a great sister. She's an ancestor, and it is called We Are Light Bearers. She used to be on the Poetry Avenue set also, and she did it on the set. We are encapsulated truth, unfolding the dawn of a new day, wonderful, undeniable, incontestable star. Amazing we are, able to bend, shape, define our reality of experience of life, able to spread our wings and become anything we choose to be. More joy, more peace, more love, more celebration. We are the answer. We are the journey and the destination. We are the voice of wisdom, reason, and influence. We are golden, beholden, unbridled, and wild, free to embrace this planetary space, this realm of mystery of discovery. It's our time to explore the taboo, the unknown, the forgotten. We are powerful beings that we deny too often. We are not earth-bound misfits. We are not world-bound by monotonous conscience that plagues the human spirit. We are more than just a notch in the universal's belt. We are souls of purpose, intention, and consequence. We are the course of our own future. We are the choice of our own existence. We are the light of hope and of oneness, of purity, of harmony. We are the light, the beautiful. We are free, ethereal, and sublime, shining, intertwining, beautiful light. For only the light binds the troubled hearts, soothes the savage mind of humanity, comforts the pain and history of wars, ends its destruction pattern. We are the light bearers, everlasting to everlasting. It is time to unite and fight, refute the error of darkness, dispel the mindset of fear, feed his own toxic control, no more, even the score, and let the utopia of love begin. And that was our ancestor. She talked about free, ethereal, special in the sublime and the spectrum of multicolor time, shining, intertwining, binding the troubled heart, soothing the savage mind of conscience, confronting the pain of history wars. And as I said, that was our ancestor, Dr. Chris M. Johnson. Amen, I say. And my final one is to my brother, my first teacher, who's an ancestor, who gave me all my insight in the African historical and ancestral path. And after this, you may can take a laugh or you can get ready for what's next. This is an ode to Larry Weaver, to my friend, brother, and teacher. Larry Weaver, who touched me deeply with his knowledge and understanding. His wisdom was pure and crystal clear. He was genuine in all his endeavors. He was genius in his own right. self-taught with every degree, bachelor, master, and PhD. He was smooth, cool, and debonair, and always near. My first teacher and educator who raised my conscious level and gave me direction, culture, identity, Dr. Larry Weaver, as you leave us only in the physical sense, pass on to the next level of life and the spiritual essence. Your legacy is still here as a reminder. Dr. Larry Weaver, I will always love and remember you as a friend, brother, and most of all, my first teacher. When I say I, it stands for us. We, everyone that you touch in your special way. You will live on in the struggle to grow and develop ourselves in this mean machine, land of deferred dreams. But the Creator has a master plan, peace and happiness to all the land. Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace, the one who caught moments. When I say he caught moments, he taught himself how to be a photographer. And he was one of the awesome. He had pictures in the Washington Post and magazines and all that. And he was a great brother, just like Sister Crystal and all the people that came on Poetry Avenue. Even Khadijah. She was there too. I heard her in the background. She must be breathing, or she's smiling, or laughing. Whatever she's doing, she catches me again. She always keep me motivated and syncopated in the spirit of our ancestors. So that's why I did that tribute to those two ancestors, and she did one to our ancestor, which is her royal bloodline. And I just want to give credence to all of us in this day and time. And we be of one mind.
That's
one
right.
mind, you know.
One mind, one community,
and keep breathing.
Living in unity.
And
One
live
mind.
one purpose, one aim.
That's
one
right.
creator. You know, in our paradigm. You know,
that was excellent. That was excellent. I like your choices. And Dr. Chris Johnson, family, community, and friends, thank you for tuning into the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. You can visit my website, consciousselfcare.com. One S connects conscious and self. And my host, co-host, Brother Humam Abdul-Malik, will be setting in for me on probably every other Wednesday starting next month when I had something to do in reference to Black and Eyes Inc., the nonprofit that he founded that I helped to run. We work with kids, with the youth, with teaching them chess so they can understand the game of life through the game of chess. And I do the health portion of that along with them. But Dr. Chris was amazing, family. She had been on dialysis for years, and she was going down. They had nowhere else to take anything from her. Her arms was all messed up, and she came to me because she saw some information I had put out somewhere in the community, and when she came strong. And when she came back strong, she was telling them doctors what to do. Her creatinine numbers started going up. She was changing things, and they got scared, I'm telling you, because she was pulling herself up out of that dismay once we started working together. But you know how they do things. Somehow they got a bad batch or whatever they give you when you go to dialysis, and they killed a whole bunch of people, and she left with that. But she left a legacy to let people know no matter what you're going through, no matter what stage you're in, no matter how long you've been believing in disease care, you can raise your consciousness and shift up out of it. And I'm thankful for her energy. And so glad you did that poem by her, Brother Humam. Thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome. I witnessed everything you just said.
Yeah, I know everybody did. Dr. Chris was amazing. She let people know. I mean, tell you to come back from dialysis, get them correct numbers back up after all the years that she's been gone through it. And how did she do it? She changed her consciousness. She stopped taking that medication they was giving her. She stopped going to dialysis. She shifted things. They got scared. The family can do it. But I just want to say blessings to everyone that celebrate April as Conscious Self Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. You see, your lymphatic system is your purification system. That's the key. It runs from the brain down to the feet. And so this is Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. And to those that celebrate April 30th as Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, I honor you this 9th year. Join me and my co-host, Abdul Malik, right here on InnerLightRadio.com every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as I celebrate the month with poetry and conscious self-healthcare conversation. I say to you, family, community, and friends, please step up out of the dark ages of disease care and become your own wellness doctor. And what works for you may not work for everybody else. You might not want to be a raw eater, vegan, or vegetarian. It's according to your beliefs, your consciousness, and your understanding. We know believe you can't, believe you can't. Either way, you're right. But I'm telling you something. Your thoughts dictate how this body works. So I invite you to come dance with me and ship out of chronic disease care stress. We're talking about one community, one love. You're living in unity. Our panel radio show this year on April 30th, same station right here on Tuesday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss this panel conversation, and you want to share with your friends. And I want to thank you so much for not only tuning into the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show on Wellness Wednesday, but tuning into all the shows. Everybody has something to say. Dr. Nathan Rad with the Natural Way, the Clean Machine with Sister India. Also, we got Jonathan and his guest that he has on his show that comes on. His show is slipping my mind right now. He's there. Then, we hear from Dr. Gary Knowles, giving us all the information. If you want to shift and change where you are right now, stop those drugs because they ain't doing nothing but shutting your cell life down. I'm not afraid to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. You don't need medication for the daily care of your body every day. But you know what? It's your choice. And if you believe that's working for you, then that's what you get the way you get it. All I'm saying is you do have an opportunity to shift and step up to quantum health and healing. That way we look at your energy field. It is the sole governing agency of the particle, this physical body. But you still got to do what? Take care of the physical body. How you decide to do that is on you. I no longer tell people how to eat. You do what you need to do. Because after having this stroke, I had to make some major changes. And believe me, in how I eat, and eat some things that I didn't even want to eat. And brother and mom can tell you that. I eat some things that people didn't even want to eat. But when I listen to Dr. Daniels,
That's the truth.
when I listen to Dr. Daniels, because she comes on every Sunday, you can see her on Facebook. She said, Karen, you need to do some things. I said, I'm open. What I got to eat? I'm going to eat it. I'm going to tell you, you need to do what you need to do. It ain't all about vitamins, but do I take the best? Yes. Common Sense Herbs from Top Baba Tim Morrow. I take his products. I love his products, and I'm always sending him love and light. And Lord, please, please send him back home to the community safe and sound.
Amen.
We need him. We need him in the community. What you want to close out with, Brother Humar?
I would like to get ready to laugh. I wanted to say something you say about Dr. Sabi about putting that pea in your eye. So
I'm doing it. I ain't got there yet. I got to do it, but so much is going on. Just relieving the fluid from my brain with working on my liver because, the eyes is on the path of the liver. And as I'm cleaning out my liver, I got this one eye that's been closed for a minute anyway through my own consciousness as well as the flood that's in my eye. I'm going to get there. You know what? And that might just be the answer because I hear him right now. I told you, put that pea in your eye.
So I get my laugh. I'm going to laugh when I come on the show. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to holler it out.
I trust Dr. Sabi. He proved 100% in the New York court.
He's
I
our
trust
great
what he said.
ancestor.
But I just haven't done it yet. It's just like I've drank in my pee before, but it's just like putting it in my eye. I don't know what it is. The eyes are so sensitive. But he did say it can't be too strong or you will be screaming.
If I knew you drank it, I would laugh at that.
Oh, it's a lot of people that do pee therapy. Come on now. It's a lot.
Now, my mother put pee in my ear, but all the other orifices, no. But I like to just say this little short one was for a brother's son. And I think he was some kin to Richard Roundtree.
Oh, okay.
But no, he wasn't. He was the son.
You was contracted to do this because we know you do.
Oh, yeah, I was. This was through my poetic program, poetic poetry grams. It was my poetry grams that I did it. The guy contracted me out to do this for his son. Not the Richard Pryor, the movie star, but his name, Richard Roundtree. But let me get into it.
Yeah, we got
so
5
we be on time.
Yeah.
Mr. Ronald Roundtree Sr. is Mr. Entertainment himself. When there's nobody else left, he will entertain himself to think and prepare for what will be next. He keeps everything in context as he flexes thoughts as new ideas are brought into being, because he is the king of helping people do their thing. Not only dance and sing, but look at here. He has brought Libras here to swing along with the celebration of a 57 rotation around the sun. You see, he began his journey of success long ago, a native of New Jersey to a resident of Southeast Washington. Prepared him to be mentally free and develop the key to being successful in his world of stress. And test after test, but he knows how to talk to the best. Through prayer, he handles every test. Oh, yes, Mr. Entertainment, Ronald Roundtree Sr., loves helping people along with eating and dancing. He is always in demand because he is a family man, not only immediate family, but by way of extended family members also. I'm talking about his contacts all the way back to Ballou High School, class of 73. How can you see why he's so popular? He's a leader because followed the path of righteousness and skilled trade craftsman. That's why he always gets the task done. Balanced and well-rounded, always can be counted on. Like now, being among family and friends, a Libra among Libras. Let's relieve the stress and celebrate like it's the test of congratulations for our brother and friend, Ronald Roundtree. Sir, Senior, happy Earth Day on your birthday. And that was like October the 9th, 2010.
All right.
And we was at the Zanzibar when I did that. If you don't know the Zanzibar, there's a bar in Southwest Washington where everybody used to go, to dance and do all those things.
Have fun and dance. That was great. I appreciate that because you talked about stress, and that is really the number one thing that people don't realize they ain't stressing what their body do. So family community, the test I use, visit my website, forselllife.com or consciousselfcare.com. One test I can work with you around the world. It reads the energetic blueprint of your body all the way down to the cellular level. The other one I got to be with you in person. It reads the autonomic economic system and let you know what's going on. And you would see your truly stress level when you do that test. And you see what's going on with the autonomic system. That's the both sides of it. You'll see everything. It will tell you even what's going on with your arteries. So I'm ready. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to help you become your own wellness doctor because that's the key. No matter who you work with, you're still the one that's got to do what you got to do. And you do it based on what you believe and what you know. So educate yourself some more and step up out of the dark ages of healthcare so we can celebrate you. Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day, April 30th. That's what we do. We honor individuals that are not afraid to shift their energy. And so come on aboard our friendship chain. We on that Harriet Tubman's ride. But I tell you what, I might have my gun, but I ain't going to do nothing to you. You make your own decisions. I want you to be your own wellness doctor because then you'll truly get healthy with what you believe and what you understand. So I don't force life no kind of way. Thank you for tuning in to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Thank you, Brother Humam Abdul-Malik, for joining me, for sharing your poetry, and for being my stand-in co-host when I need to do what I need to do as we move forward with Black and Eyes. And if you're looking for organizations to support and make money, just visit blackandeyes.weebly.com.
You did say stand in and not stand your ground, right? No, it ain't funny. It ain't funny.
That gun could help them to make the right. That gun can help them make the right.
Hey, how did that kind of gun could help them make the right? Oh man, go ahead, man.
Because Harriet Tubman said you ain't going nowhere.
Right on time.
You done came aboard this train and you ain't getting off of it. You ain't getting off of it.
Oh man, hey, that was on time. That was on time by everybody, man. That gun could help them make the light.
I ain't gonna hold the gun on you. I ain't gonna hold the gun on you. It's your choice. It's what you do, because you got to deal with it. But some people, I swear, I do want to hold the gun on them.
It's the synergy, man. That's the synergy.
Thank you. Wow, family, that was a great show.
I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on Internet Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.